Okay, you're gonna have to talk to me after the class, okay? All right, pass it to the aisle, yeah.
Everyone gets to pass it to the right, please.
No. Got your name right. Oh, what happened? Yeah. I have a student who needs to know how to turn that thing on. Michael, what happened? Oh, there, I got it. Yeah, that's the SOS, you know. Come to my rescue.
There's all of it.
Thank you. Any more? You get 50% discount if you hand in tomorrow by, is it, what time is it? The 1:25 p.m. Within the next hour, yeah. You get 50% discount. Is that good?
There's a lot of things in work on too with them.
There's some great, not much, but
No, so we'll get up on the last one's like.
that means instead of getting whatever 2 out of 10, right, you get 2 out of 5. So that's what it is. Okay. But if you're new first time, well, we could talk about it. Okay. So, how many of you have read the book? I mean, not the whole book, excuse me, like the chapter, right? Very good. And you know what's gonna happen next Monday, right? Tell me what happens.
We get a test.
Yeah, we have a test. Well, actually, 2 chapter tests are coming up. It's going to be chapter 1 and 2. Very good. 3 and 4. I'm testing to see if you know what's going on.
I guess we're gonna read a little bit.
And where are we meeting? On Monday. It's not right here. So what? Upstairs, yeah. Which room? 242. It's a corner room. Okay, the computer faces the wall. Instead of your classmate in front, it faces the wall. You know, computer is kind of like all against the wall. Ooh, we got 25 students. How many of you take notes in class with computer? No, I mean the front row people. How many of you? You got a tablet? Oh, that's not a tablet. That's an iPhone. Yeah. And by the way, you should put all this away. Yeah, I'm allergic to iPhone during the class, so please put them away. Okay, how many of you carry your laptop all the time? You do, really? Sometimes, yeah. But on certain day, if you need it, you will bring it, right? You show up, right? Okay. So I think we got 20 computers here. Okay, raise your hand and let me see your hand. Okay. Okay, I give Robert and can I have an attendance? Come on, hurry up, so I can get the name. Tell me your name again.
Zach.
Zach. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So I'll give and Stephen. Steve, did you raise your hand as well?
For computer? Yeah, I have a
Okay,
laptop.
yeah. So I would allow Steve, Robert, Zach, Brianna. And the guy who sat next to Steve, tell me your name again. I know your name. Yeah, you.
Oh, McKenna.
McKenna. That's your first name or last name?
That's my first name.
Oh, that's your first
You can call me MC if you want.
MC?
Yeah.
Medical certificate? Yeah. Okay, so 5 of you, I allowed you to bring your laptop computer. Okay, you sit in the middle of the room. So I'm not putting you on the spot, but that's where the table is, you know, for you to put the laptop. The rest of you just sit facing the wall with your computer. Okay, very good. So if you forget, then somebody else gets the chance. All right, very good. I'll send out email over the weekend to tell you what are some of the things that you should watch out for. Basically, why am I looking at video? We don't need that. So basically what you have to do is be sure that you use it's an online test. Okay, so we're gonna use the computer to take the test. We're done with chapter 3, right?
So,
Yeah, it's a difficult chapter. Very good. Oh, excellent. Yes. Okay. Okay, remember, don't be stingy with paper when it comes to drawing class, because you want your graph up there for you. Okay, so we're starting a new chapter. This chapter is going to be on the test on Monday. So on Monday, we'll meet at VA 242, that's on the syllabus. Upstairs corner room, a lot of students cannot find it, it's in the corner. If you take the stairs and the other end of the hallway, go upstairs and then turn right. It's at the right-hand corner. It's hiding in one particular corner. You have to kind of like look for it. Okay, so, yeah, well, we better start this chapter so we can finish. Okay, so today we are starting macroeconomics proper. So, previous chapter that we studied is a little bit of repetition between if you take ECN 2020 and 2030. Thank you. So, what is GDP? That we are getting to measure the performance of the country. One of the first things that we look at is the GDP, or gross domestic product, of the country. And in the past semesters or so, until this semester, I have made students do calculation, pick 5 countries, compare the US, look at the GDP and see what happened. So that's the economy usually when we talk about, oh, the economy is doing well, and that's because the GDP is growing, okay? What exactly is GDP? The definition is extremely important. When's your next set of homework due? Let me take a look here. And let's see which chapter it is based on. Okay, chapter 6, so I think we skipped this. Now let's look at the definition. You see all my underline, they are important. All the underline, every single line that I underline, it's important. The market value of the final goods and services, so they have to be final goods and services, not intermediate, produced. That word by itself is underlined. In a country, during a given period. Could be a quarter, could be a month, it could be a year, usually, typically a year. Okay, see all the 5 stars? Well, we got 4 stars, but good enough, close to Hilton. So that's a very important definition. So what exactly is market value? Okay, so what you do is you look at the production of all a country is producing. So if you're producing cowboy boots, cowboy hat, I hope that's not it. We will be starved to death if that's all that we produce, right? It's a big country. What else do we produce in the US? Tell me. Sorry? Cars, yes, that's a very important one, yes. You got Chrysler, you got Chevrolet, you got GMC trucks. I don't know why I'm always thinking about trucks when I think of GMC. You got Toyota and Honda and so on and so forth. Ford, okay. What else do you produce? You produce education, you produce services like healthcare, banking services. You produce computers. Not just tangible goods, but also services. So market value means you look at across the board, all the economy-wide, all the sectors across. How much do you produce? How much does a healthcare contribute towards GDP of a country? How much does, what is, healthcare is about 18%, I can tell you that. What about car industry? Very big part. And US does produce some precious metals to some extent, well, natural gas, and then you got some aluminum, ore, and iron, and so on and so forth. So market value is something that you could attach dollar value to it. Let me give you one example. So, let's see, when is Mother's Day? What am I thinking about Mother's Day? This is what month?
August.
This is August right now. Okay, Mother's Day is past. Okay, well, never mind. You work hard for next year, coming up. Mother's Day 2017 coming up. Okay, so you're gonna surprise your mother with a very nice bookcase that you're gonna build. So you spend all this time behind your secret door building this bookcase because you're gonna surprise your mothers on Mother's Day. You take months because a lot of work, carpentry and all that. You're gonna put her name on it. So and then Mother's Day's come, which is second Sunday of May. I hope you know. So my son never know. I have to remind tomorrow. Anyway, so when Mother's Day come, you get to surprise your mother. You say, ta-da, here's a gift, and then your mother look at it and say, oh, son, this is so wonderful, How much time have you been spending on? You say, oh, yeah, for the last 9 months. Then, by the way, you owe $500. That's what the value is. Oh, man, your mother's going to slap you and say, come on, get out of here, move out, So, no such thing, right? Because it's a gift. You do not ask for someone to pay to you. The same thing. If your house is leaking, your commode is not working, the plumbing has problem, you call your Uncle Bob, come by and fix the plumbing system, whatever. So at the end of it, you might say, well, he's not going to issue a receipt or anything. He's not even going to charge you. But then you might give him like, $5, you say it's the token. What does the token mean? Token of appreciation, right? And $5 for coffee, you could go drink coffee, but no receipt need to be issued. So there's no market value, in other words. So we don't count all those gifts. We don't count anything that you don't have market value attached to it. The same thing like husband and wife, right? And the wife works all day, doing laundry, putting the baby to bed, taking care of toddlers and things like that. And then husband comes home at night, and the dinner has been cooked, wonderful lasagna dinner. And so the wife's not going to turn to the husband and say, by the way, you owe me $2.35, $35.75, because you take it for granted. There's no value attached to cooking a meal, doing household duties, and there's no market value to it. You don't charge each other. So we don't count it. So let's look at how a very small example of a country that produced 3 things: apples, bananas, and shoes. Very strange, but that's the example. So what we do is we look at this equation. This is how you sum up the number of products you have. So given that there are only 3 products, so the way to write this is summation of 1 to 3. So you have P1, Q1, plus P2, Q2, plus P3, Q3. So what are the 3 goods? You got 4 apples, 6 bananas, and 3 pairs of shoes. So this is all that you produce. So how do you sum it up? So you sum it up by looking at the unit price of each. Apple costs 25 cents each, banana 50 cents, and pair of shoes, left and right side, $20. So how do you compute the GDP? So according to this equation, what you do is you just take the unit. Okay, you have 4 units of apples, 6 units of banana, 3 units of shoes, multiplied by each by the unit price. And then you add it up together. Now, I'm assuming that your high school math had taught you that you have to do the multiplication first, right? So that's why I put a bracket there before you do the summation. So that's what it means there. When you do that, what's the first item? How much is it? $1. The second one is? Come on, you can do it just from top of your head. $3, yes. The last one is $60. 60 plus 3 plus 1, you got $64. Which one has the highest weight?
Shoes.
Obviously, shoes, yes. So shoes is like $60 out of 64, so that's kind of like 90%, somewhere there. Maybe a little bit higher. More expensive items usually higher weight than cheaper items. So this is basically how you calculate it. So in a big economy, you can imagine So they have to report to the government through IRS, and then they do all this summation up, and then, ta-da, US GDP is, how many, who knows? It's in your book, oh, we could look it up, yeah. It's in the trillions, so anybody want to guess the number? 2-digit. 15 is very good guess. 18, very good. You saw the book, right?
No.
Tell me what page, so you just, okay, very good, 18 trillions is very close. In fact, I'll take it, because the old numbers say 17 trillion something. 18 trillions is correct, close enough. So let's look at the pages you had. And remember, if you have the book, bring it to the class, because we use it heavily. Okay, next, we're still looking at the definition. So what about the other part that says, so we have already looked at what exactly is a market value. Next, we want to look at what exactly is the final goods or services. If you go to Best Buy and buy a computer, you bring it home. You want to plug into the socket and then straight away run it, right? You don't want to buy parts, the CD-ROM, a CPU, the motherboard, the keyboard, the monitor, the RAM chip, the power supply. Well, they usually come with the motherboard in the case, you know, power supply, that is. I used to do that. I think it was like, maybe 20, 30 years ago. Actually built a computer, yeah. That was 486. Anybody know what it is? Not in your lifetime, okay, never mind. That was kind of old now. That was a 486, that's the name of the computer, the CPU. So you could actually buy parts and then put it together. So nobody want to do it today, unless you're really doing it for the sake of your interest. So when you go to Best Buy, you do not want to buy parts like that. You want to buy it, come home, run it, working. Likewise, if you buy a car, you do not want to say, oh, I don't have money to pay so much, you know. I'm only going to buy half a car today. Or you drive around with 4 missing doors until you can afford it, and then you buy another door, install it. Nobody does that. So what we do is we count the end product, okay? We don't count all this intermediate steps. So final goods and services is you look at the end product. Intermediate goods and services is the one that are in between, like I said, you know, computer parts, car parts, things like that. Now there are 4 methods of calculating GDP. Please write this down. This is not in your book, or at least it's not jumping out and tell you this is what it is. So I'm going to summarize for you. 4 methods of computing GDP. First one is production method. This one is easy. This is the one that we just saw the example about, the 3 units, 3 types of goods. And then you have expenditure method. This is probably the most important one. So I'm going to put 5 star. I'm sorry?
That's the 4 methods of what, GDP?
4 methods of computing GDP. And then number 3, I tend to just, my ing tend to be the root, or there's an ing right there. See, we know how to spell it. So next one is called value added method. And the last one is called income method. So for this class, we will talk about all that briefly, but then the one that we want to concentrate on is this one right here. And this one says GDP is equal to C, capital C, plus capital I, plus capital G, plus capital NX. So I'm going to show you that slide, and then we're going to come back here. What happened? So far away. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's what it means. I'm going to go back, don't worry. So your Y is your GDP is equal to capital C stands for consumption, capital I stands for investment, capital G stands for government expenditure or purchases, and NX stands for your net export. If you want to refer to the book, that should be on page 52. Okay, bring a book to the class so we can refer to it quickly. We're gonna come back to this concept. So I just want to introduce the 4 methods very quickly, and then we're gonna look at each one of them a little bit more carefully. But the one that we pay the most attention to that you should really know is number 2, okay, the expenditure method. So let's come back to, we're still at definition. Okay, now let's talk about value added method. Now you could also calculate the GDP using value added method. This is a tedious one because, you know, I mean, instead of looking at the finished product, you're looking at the value added. So we're going to use a loaf of bread, for example. Like you go to Food Lion, you buy a loaf of bread, and let's say it costs $2 per loaf. Is that about reasonable? Yeah? I'm not talking about this honey wheat, what is that? Wheat bread. It costs like $3.99. I learned the other day. I thought it was $1.99, and then when I checked, it was like $3.99. I said, what? Okay, never mind. I'll pay for it. Why don't I pay for your groceries as well? You know, sometimes you get into that mood, like let somebody, you know. Okay, so for any firm, the market value of its product or service minus the cost of input purchased from other firms. Let's just say that in this example of buying a loaf of bread, we got 3 companies involved. Upstreams and downstream. You know what is upstreams and downstream, right? So at the top level, you have ABC Grain, and then General Flour, and then you have Hot and Fresh. This is like, the last one is like a bakery, the way you walk in and buy your freshly baked loaf of bread. ABC Grain, of course, the first company on the upstream, and then you come downstream all the way. So when we use the term upstream, downstream, we are describing the process. How do you make a loaf of bread? What are some of the ingredients you use? Okay, wheat bread. So first of all, now let's break it down. So the first company will contribute by looking at the grain. It could be wheat, oats or barley or whatever. So the revenue for them is 50 cents if they sell it to General Flour. Okay, I'm talking about ingredients that goes into contribute towards that one special loaf of bread. So now then, in the case of General Flour, next step, downstream, they had bought from ABC Grain that 50 cents of grain. And then they make it into flour, and then they're going to sell it to the next stream down, which is a bakery store known as Hot and Fresh for $1.20. So what you do is there's an equation that you use. So you can see that the value added is calculated by taking the revenue that each company earned from selling it to the next company down, minus the cost of purchase input. So the first one, you didn't have any, because this is the beginning. Upstream. Second one, you got 50 cents, so $1.20 minus 50 cents, you got 70 cents. The last one, that $2 is the price of the loaf of bread that they sell it. When customers walk in and say, I want to buy a finished loaf of bread. I don't want to buy wheat and then go home and bake it myself. You know, I'm coming here to buy a loaf of bread, and that costs $2. That's what they charge to the consumer. But then, because they have to pay $1.20 for each loaf of bread to General Flour, so you minus it off, we got 80 cents. So this is all the value added contributed by each company. You add it all up, you get $2. That amount should be the same as that amount. So this is how you calculate the value added method. Typically, again, the equation you use the revenue minus the cost of input for each level. And then when you add it up, that number has to be the same as the last company's sale as revenue from that finished product. So there will be examples like that. This should be in your book as well. So we might ask you a question like that on the test. Next, we want to define what is capital good. When you think of the term capital, what comes to mind? Washington, D.C. right? That's a capital. What else? Some of you think of banks. I don't know why. Why banks?
Capital One.
Yeah, because a lot of banks like the name after, I don't know why capital. Well, yeah, we do. So what is capital? Other than Washington, D.C., please.
Capital letters.
I like that. Capital. In this context, in the context of economics, capital means money, yeah, investment, right? You think that way. So let's see what's the definition. A long-lived good which is itself produced and used to produce other goods and services. So a good example of the capital good, I'm going to give it to you, and then I'm going to ask for more example from you once you understand what it is. For example, a tractor. How much do you think a brand new tractor cost? Give me a number.
$750,000.
150, very cheap.
First prayer.
I don't know where you got it from. It probably can't do much. I got one at home, antique one. We bought it for $2,500, and it was used. Well, that gives you some idea. But if you get a John Deere tractor supplier, how much do you think it costs? Come on, realistically, we got farmers here, right?
What kind are you talking about?
The kind that could do the harvesting, the kind that could do, oops, all the corns are gone. The whole cornfield. Yeah, how much? Give me a number. I'm just looking for a number. You could just try any number.
4,600.
4,600?
Per track.
Higher?
Like
Yes?
1,000?
10,000?
No, 5.
5,000? Okay. Well, that's reasonable. I probably 10,000 easily. Yeah. Yes. Yes. 10,000. Yeah. That's nothing. This is talking about big production, right? You got tobacco field, you got marijuana out there, you got harvest, you know. I'm just kidding. Yeah. 10,000, yes. Invisible tractor, nobody could see it, you know. You could fly a helicopter and look and say, oh, it's the same color. I don't see anything. It's all green. Okay, it's a long-lived, so tractor is a good example because you buy tractor, it costs like 10,000. I could take your number, 5,000. But is that it? What about the other part? Okay, which is self-produced, used to produce other goods and services. Did you know that tractor is a revenue generator? How?
Speeds up the production.
Okay, that. What else? You know how to do flyer? Xavier, you know how to do flyer, so you could do advertisement. Hello, neighbors. I got a tractor. Anytime you want someone to plow your field, call me up. Here's my number. So you start giving out flyer to people down the street. There's like 10 families now. They're very powerful because everybody owns, you know, some plots of land, and so call me up if you want a service done. I will come by your house. I would do your, you know, I'll plow your field for you. Not for free. It's for a fee. So you have to charge, you know. So there it is. Now you got it going, right? So that's it. So newly produced capital goods are classified as final goods. But then they're also classified as, to some extent, intermediate goods, if you could also use it to produce other services, goods and services. So give me an example of what capital good.
A lawnmower?
I'm sorry? Lawnmower is a good one. Yes, it's kind of like tractor. We got one at home, but we don't charge people. We don't go around. We just do it for our own yard. Yeah. Yes.
Pressure washer.
Pressure washer. Okay. What does it do? Explain.
Pressure wash the buildings and get rid of.
Oh,
dirt.
that. Okay. Yeah. And then you could definitely do
Charge
that. That's a very good example. Have you ever thought about taxi? Mm-hmm. Very expensive to get a license in New York City. Like that's your lifetime. Say, get a license, and don't say you're gonna fetch passengers for free. Don't do that, please. You got to start charging, right? And so that's what it is. What about something that's more close to you? close to your heart, like you could touch and you could, you know, I mean, you. I'm sorry?
Chargers?
Cell phone. No. Something that you use every day. Some of you have it. Yeah, I just told 5 of you to bring.
Computer.
Oh, laptop.
Right, laptop. That's a capital good. Have you ever thought about it? I know it costs, how much is it? 500 maybe?
But yeah, like
If you
3 to
get it
600. Yeah.
Okay. You know how to type, right? You could type a paper, right? Could you advertise all your service and start making money out of your computer? Mm-hmm. So that's a capital good. Right, very good. I think you got the idea. Next. Produce within a country during a given period of time. Okay, it has to be within border of the United States. So how many of you have Japanese cars? Like Toyota, Honda, and
Honestly,
Japanese cars. Nissan is Japanese. Hyundai is Korean. So foreign cars, yeah. BMW, Mercedes. This is not produced in the U.S. Well, I mean, yeah, they have a plant, but these are German cars, right? So, some of you probably know Toyota has a plant in a lot of big cities. Not big cities, but there's one in Atlanta. I think there's one in Tennessee. They're all over the place. So these Japanese companies coming, opening up all this, you know, shops or whatever you call in or center in U.S. And whatever they produce in the land of U.S., what about GDP? Do you think it will count? Yes or no? The answer is yes. If you produce it inside USA, even though it's a foreign company, it counts. Same thing as BMW, Mercedes. So electronic component produced in the US by foreign-owned companies are counted in GDP. You have to know this definition because next week the test will ask this kind of thing to test how much you really know about the definition. So every single thing that I underline, you have to make sure you know. Example. Electronic component produced in Mexico by American-owned companies are not counted. So if HP has a plant in China and, you know, they produce it in China, it's outside the geographical area of the USA, it doesn't count, but it will count towards the Chinese economy. I think we're giving them too much because too many plants are over there, so now your GDP are catching up, you know. They're almost number 1 now, so. There was a rumor that they will be number 1, if you have seen that video from YouTube, but we don't know. US is number 1 for now. Okay, produced within a country during a given period. We talk about it. Okay, it could be a year, mostly a year, when you count as a GDP, a calendar year. Say 2016 or 2015 GDP. So Jake, you just gave a very good number, 18 trillion. That's very accurate. Very close. Or you could do quarterly. Yes, Kristen?
Could you go back for like a second? Just
Which one?
go
The
back.
slide?
Yeah.
So you could copy?
No, that's it.
Question?
That's
Yes.
good. Go ahead.
This one? One more?
No, that's good. You can go on now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure that you see the right thing. Okay. All right. So remember all the PowerPoint slides are available online. You are welcome to print them out and bring it to the class and add notes to it. Okay, where was I? Okay, there are 2 things that are very important, 2 points here. See that? The sales of used goods is not counted. How many of you live in Red Spring? No? If you drive by Red Spring, you notice a lot of Victorian homes. Yeah, these are like, you know, 100 years old, haunted house. I'm kidding. We're not close to Halloween yet. I shouldn't say that. But these are precious, you know. I mean, they were like built 100 years ago, something like that. So let's say if you buy one. Some of you are very creative. You say, oh, I'm going to buy a home and then I'm going to fix it up. Okay? So, and then you use a real estate agent for that. So after the transaction took place, maybe you pay, I don't know, $150,000 or $200,000 for the home. And guess what? the GDP of that home, or whatever values it is not going to be counted because it was counted 100 years ago when that house was built, when that house was produced under mine. However, the real estate commissions are counted as service for 2016 when you bought that Victorian home. So same thing, used car. How many of you drive a used car? Okay, almost everybody. Some of you drive brand new cars, so you're not raising your hand. Right. Okay, very good. So you go to the used car lot, you pay what, $3,000, $2,000, or $500. Is that possible to pay $500 for a car?
Yeah.
Really?
With all four doors, engines running, transmission working?
My
Don't have to stop every 5 miles and say, let's push it.
Yeah, there's somebody in my home that
You'd
bought
probably
like
lose AC
400.
in the
Yeah.
radio, but hey,
Yeah, possible, yeah. Very rare, very rare.
probably 50.
Okay, so what do you think? Is it counted towards GDP?
No.
I hope you get it. No, because it was produced, it's a used car. It's a 1966. Yeah, I have a 1966 Ford F-150. They don't even know what they call it back then. It's an antique truck, yeah. It's working. We don't use it very much. We don't show off when they have all this car show, but we took trash to the dumps with it. That's about all that we did, you know? And so anyway,
Probably most
so when you bought a used car like that, it's not counted towards this year's GDP. But if you use a real estate agent or a car agent, then the service is counted. Okay, next let's look at this number here. This is 2010 number. I don't like that number. What's going on? Let's look at your book for a better number. Okay, page 50, table 4.2. Everybody see that? If you don't have a book, share with someone. That's a 2013 number. Let's see if I have it. Oh yeah, here it is. How did you do that? Do that. Let me check just to make sure. Oh, I'm supposed to erase the other one. Okay, never mind. This is a new one. Right. I updated it, forgot to erase the old one. Okay, there it is. Never mind about the book if you don't have. So here's a number. And this is using that method there, expenditure method, GDP methods of expenditure method to compute GDP. So C stands for consumption, investment, government purchases, and net export. You see this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you add it up. Back then was 16.7 trillion. Okay, now you have a negative number here. Why is that? Because your net export. Let me write this down. Please write this down. So your net exports consist of X minus N. X is your export, N is your import. So if you import more than export, you will get a negative number, and that's what happened. So import is greater than export. This is in billions of dollars, so you have a negative value there, okay? So your net export is negative. Now, is it good to export more or import more? Export more, yes, because you want your number to be positive all the time. So that's kind of straightforward. Let's go up to consumption, durable goods, and non-durable goods. So what exactly is durable goods? What's the word durable mean?
long lasting use.
Long-lasting is a very good word.
You-
Lasts forever. What are some examples of durable goods?
Grit.
Huh?
Grit.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Grit.
Grits.
Explain what it is.
Like,
We eat it.
I eat it for breakfast.
No, and then it's gone. It's in your stomach.
Well, it's
Like a
it's
house?
like a dry grain until you add something to it. It's kind of like rice.
Oh, okay, the southern grit. I understand now what it is. Yeah. When you say long-lasting, you mean it's long-lasting in your stomach. That's it, right? So, okay, that goes to non-durable goods actually, because it's been consumed by Evan,
Okay.
right?
Bridget.
So durable goods are goods that when you walk inside your apartment, you open the door, what do you see? First sight.
Couches and chairs, maybe.
Couch, okay, very good couch, a leather couch maybe. It's long lasting, durable goods, yeah, what else?
The floor.
How many of you have 27-inch, this flat screen TV? Did I say 27? That's kinda like,
43.
how about 42?
I'm a 60.
I got 43 inch.
42? Boy, you guys are rich. What's the largest one now? What's this one?
72.
72, okay.
I am.
Okay, let's assume that we're rich. We walk in, we see a 72-inch flat screen TV. That is a durable good. I hope it lasts forever. Don't get rid of it so fast because Black Friday is coming. You know, you say, oh yeah, let's get rid of it. Get the what's the next size up? They haven't come out with it yet. Oh, they already come out with it. What is it? 80 something?
I
And then
guess.
it's curved.
Oh, but really? Well, you guys are really on top of that.
It's cheating, it's curving.
Curving. Yeah, can you actually watch it properly if it is curving?
It's supposed to make it like better for you.
There's no.
Oh, better for you. I see. Nothing wrong with that.
You can have your windows open, it won't close.
Panoramic
Okay.
view.
I'm being educated here. Very interesting. Well, what else? When you walk inside kitchen, what do you see? What are some of the white things?
Knives.
Huh?
Knives.
What is it? Oh, no. Knife is not the durable goods. Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, very good. All the
Oven.
white stuff.
Dishwasher.
Microwave,
Oven.
Washer.
dishwasher. That's in the utility room. I hope it's not in the
Washing
kitchen.
machine.
Oh, washer is yeah, dishwasher. You mean, right? Then when you walk inside the utility room, you see more. Washer and dryer. I hope you got one. No, not in the kitchen. In the utility room. We already moved. We have moved.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, all the stuff are durable because when you buy it, you know, you expect for it to be last a long time. And you know what they sell you if they're durable? Starts with W.
Warranties.
And then when you run out, they say extended warranty. So yeah, these are durable goods. What's non-durable goods? Okay,
Food.
Evan, grit. What else? All the food items, all the drinks. Yes. How'd you get here today? Did you walk here? How many of you drive?
gas.
Did you have to stop somewhere to get gas?
No.
Oh, you got gas, okay. But if you don't have enough gas, you have to stop somewhere to get gas before you get here. So gas is considered consumable, okay? So that's it. If you watch a movie, that's considered consumable too, unless you have this, what is this, Blu-ray or whatever they call now. That you could give it, you know, you could touch it. But if you go watch a movie, that's it. You come home and say, it's consumed. I just consume a movie. You know, it's like you eat a movie. Okay, what about services?
Like Wi-Fi and cable and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Wi-Fi, cable services. What else?
Cell phone.
Oh, school is a service, yeah, right. Cell phone service, yeah. How about haircut? Is that a service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Car wash, okay, very good. What else?
Home security. Tattoos.
If you go eat in Ruby Tuesday,
Waitress.
right,
That's
very
different.
good.
Days on.
You get served, right? So this is services.
Yeah.
So let's move down to investment. And guess what? This is the highest number. And out of these services is the highest number in terms of consumption. So you got subgroup. What about investment? You got business fixed investment. We got some in this room. So look around. Tell me what are some of the business fixed investment you could see.
Projectors and stuff.
Yeah, projector, yes. What else?
The microphones?
Speakers.
Speakers.
Camera.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
I discovered it last
Oh,
semester, accidentally, after being here for so long. And one of the students, when she did presentation, she played with it. I was like,
That's serious.
really? Oh, boy. We have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Okay, that's your fixed investment, right? And you could rent this room, right, for service, for people to, you know, outside to rent this room for their meeting and charge them. That's a business fixed investment. If you have a rental car, that would be business. That would also be business fixed investment. All your cars, your fleet. Residential investment, basically we talk about, we refer that as apartment, residential housing. Inventory, the best example I could give for inventory is car sales. You know, beginning of the year, if you're a car salesperson and your boss might tell you, oh, you know, you gotta you gotta sell 100 cars this year. Is that about reasonable? Anybody who's in a car sales business? 100 cars doesn't seem a lot, isn't it?
100
let's
cars for
jot
a
it
whole
up
year?
too. Huh?
For a year?
That seems
For a year,
reasonable.
yeah. Is that a lot?
For a whole year?
That's a lot.
That seems reasonable.
A
A
lot?
year?
Probably a
Take
little
it.
under.
Six
I have
months.
a friend,
Sounds like-
Kelly Ford.
I was gonna say 1,000, but then they would.
That would be
Okay,
probably
no.
too much.
Too much. Okay, let's just say, all right, 75, how's that?
Alright.
That's
Okay.
about right. How about 52? 1 car per week.
You-
Okay. So then at the beginning of the year, you know, okay, by the year end, you realize that you have only sold 40 cars. So if your quota is 52, then that means, you know, hey, you got 12 more cars that you should sell. That's what we call inventory. You leave it in the warehouse. So that will also have to be included in the investment. Usually what you do is you take the year-end number minus the beginning of the year number. Okay, exports, imports, you already know. So these are all the definitions. I'm gonna skip this because we already talked about it. We do have to talk about the G, the government purchases. This is important. Okay, these are the one that, anything that bought by federal, state, and including my salaries is considered, will go to that G because I work for a state university. So salaries of professors or state employees, basically. What about people in the military? Yes, that will be included as well, their salaries, all that. It does not include any transfer payment. Okay, I'm gonna give you a definition, very important definition. It's also in your book, but I'm gonna do my own, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay, transfer payment is any payment from
Yeah, transfer.
the government to the eligibles without expecting anything in return, any services in return. Social Security, for example, Medicare, Medicaid, AID, scholarship. These are examples. Unemployment compensation. You get it from the government. The government give it to you because you're eligible, because you're unemployed. You have proved yourself to be unemployed. You got it because you're you're over 65 years old, so you qualify for Medicaid. Or you qualify for Medicaid, CAID, because your income is below certain poverty level. So in other words, the government give it to you for free if you're eligible, And they're not expecting you to come back during the weekend and say, put in 10 hours of community service. No such thing. That's a transfer fee. Does not include interest paid on government debt, like if you owe IRS money, you're gonna pay it out slowly, and the incurred interest on you, that's not gonna be included as one of the GV. So these are some of the things that you should pay attention to. And then investment, I only have one point to make. That is, remember, it does not include stock and bond, because that thing fluctuates too much. There's no way they could capture it in GV. Okay, very good. I'll see you on Friday.